Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Anlex TV, where flavor meets soul. My name is Annie B, and you read the caption. In today's video, we are making spicy teriyaki ribs, and these ribs were fall off the bone, super juicy, super flavorful. The fat was rendered perfectly. Look at that. And this was oven baked. Oven baked, spicy teriyaki ribs. So good. We devoured this. Okay, my son ate so much of it. I thought I was about to have a rack of ribs. No. Let's get into the recipe. Ain't nothing to it but to get into it. All right, so here I am cleaning my ribs. These are pork ribs, obviously. I'm cleaning them, and I'm removing the silver skin. All right, you want to get a good grip on this. You can use a paper towel or just get a good grip with your hand, and then you're going to go ahead and just pull it off as you see me doing here. And the reason why you want to do this is you don't want your ribs to be tough and chewy. Right, the silver skin does not break down during cooking. So if you leave the silver skin on, you won't have the tender fall off the bone ribs that you could possibly have if you remove it, okay? So you want to be sure to remove the silver skin. Also, removing it helps with the ribs absorbing flavor. You want all the seasonings and the rub that you put on there to be fully absorbed. And it's not going to penetrate that silver skin, okay? So you want to go ahead and get that off. And then I'm just going to give my ribs a nice, little rinse. All right, so here I already had a seasoning mix prepared, which is pimento or ground allspice, salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika. That is what's in there. And I'm adding some brown sugar just to complement the teriyaki sauce that I'm going to be using. And I kind of like I'm not a huge sweets person, but I've been learning how to balance all the flavors that ignites your tongue, which is, sweet, sour, salty, spicy, and have a nice balanced flavor combination. All right, so now I'm going to drizzle some oil on my ribs. I facilitate between oil and mustard, just depends on what you want to use. And here's my liquid smoke that I'm using. Even though I'm not smoking my ribs, I still wanted them to have a nice smoky flavor, which they indeed did. All right, so buy whatever liquid smoke to your liking. If you have a smoker, obviously use that, right? But I don't. So I wanted to just show the everyday at home cook that is very possible to have a nice smoky ribs from out of the oven. And tender too. Tender and super duper flavorful. So here I am adding my rub to my ribs. You want to add it on both sides. Be liberal, but also be mindful. If your rub is super salty, you don't want to add as much. You don't want salty ribs. Okay, so make sure you make a nice, good, balanced rub so it's not too salty. And remember, the recipe will be left in the description box below. And mind you guys, I make the recipes for you. When I cook savory food, I'm not using measurements. All right. Now here I am wrapping the ribs in foil. You want to wrap it tightly in foil. And then I'm popping it in the oven on 300. It's going to cook low and slow for about 3 hours. Okay. Now here I am making my barbecue sauce. This is very quick barbecue sauce. I'm adding ketchup, some soy sauce. And then this is my favorite teriyaki, the Kiko Man teriyaki gochujang spicy miso. So good. So good. The flavor is just yum. Has a nice kick to it. A little umami, nice saltiness. And then here I am adding some honey, some lemon juice. You could also add lime juice or vinegar. This is what I had. So that's what I use. I always use what I have and make the best of it. And then I'm adding my liquid smoke to this as well. And you're going to give that a good mix till you get a nice consistency like so. Yum. All right. And now when your ribs have the last 30 minutes or so, the last 30 minutes, you want to turn the heat up on your ribs. I turned mine up to about 425, I believe. I'll have the recipe in the description box for you. 425. I'm just showing y'all how good this looks. Even before I add the barbecue sauce, I could eat it like this. I could definitely eat it like this. I actually prefer just the dry rub, but Lexi likes barbecue sauce on her ribs, which I do too. But I for some reason, I really like that dry rub. I feel like I could taste the pork even more. But these were bomb, okay? So, all right. So when you have about 30 to 15 minutes left on your ribs, just depending on how tender your ribs are or how much of a bark you want, quote unquote, you're going to go ahead and add your barbecue sauce, lather it up. Just like that. Lather up your ribs with that barbecue sauce. Look how good that looks. Then we're going to pop that back in the oven, obviously uncovered, because you want that to caramelize and look like this when you take it out. Look how good that looks. Yum. And you can leave it in there even longer if you want your barbecue sauce to caramelize even more. You can very well leave it in there longer, but this was perfect. It was perfect. Look at that. Just look how easily I'm able to take this bone out. Oh my goodness. And it's so juicy. My son just came from school like, Mom, we have more ribs. That boy was in love with these ribs. He really likes the Chinese ribs. So initially he was like, are these the Chinese ribs? I'm like, no, these is Annie's ribs. Okay, get into it. He loved it. Lexi loved it too. She devoured it. So good. And if you haven't, please check out the playlist for the barbecue collab playlist where I have other creators, amazing, beautiful ladies who joined in on this collaboration. And I have a playlist of their barbecue meals or their barbecue decor that they set up. Look how juicy these ribs are. So be sure to check that out. Yum, yum, yum. Now this was my full barbecue platter. And I already have the recipe out for the jerk pork shoulder, and I'll put one out for the turkey wings on Friday. Look at those ribs, y'all. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. God bless and peace.